Palantir CEO Alex Karp seems always to be making headlines with bold statements. This one will not disappoint either. You're not going to believe what the CEO said. Towards the end of this video, we'll look at that. Let's build up into it, and then you'll see it's already highlighted on the screen. If you want to jump ahead towards the bottom, you'll already know what the bold statement is. But let's build up to it and reveal what that bold statement is towards the end. So starting with what he said earlier, he's saying because we built products for the natural state of how an enterprise should work, that state is apparent to people because of the enormous power, the power to accelerate time, to change your business using large language models. Of course, here he's talking about AI and how Palantir implements AI for enterprises for them to function the way he believes is their natural state, right? The way businesses should function at their most efficient without any frictions in the business. And so that's what Palantir is in the business of doing. So this puts us in a remade, transformed position where we can, the aspiration of powering our most important institutions, which is clearly nowhere near done. The Intelligence and Defense Department has gotten us to the point where I think it's indisputable that Palantir software in that space is the most important in the world. And that's critical, right? Intelligence and defense, your military, that's the most critical part of government and something that's very important to be able to defend yourself, defend your country when you're under attack the way Ukraine is right now is just absolutely critical. Nothing else matters if you can't do that one vital thing, right? So Palantir has helped tremendously in that, and their reputation for providing services to defense and intelligence is unrivaled. And so they've earned that reputation, and that's put them in an enviable position among other enterprise software providers. So they've been profitable for several quarters now. They've got $3 billion in the bank, and that positions us well for their new aspiration, which brings us to that bold statement that I mentioned in the headline that you're not going to believe. And here's that statement from the CEO is they want to be the most valuable enterprise software company in the world. The most valuable enterprise software company in the world. And now that would require their valuation to jump dramatically if they are able to achieve that. And so investors of today would see a huge growth in their investment value if Palantir is to achieve this goal that Alex Karp is setting out here, saying that they want to be the most valuable enterprise software company in the world. And given that goal, starting with intelligence and defense, or not starting with, but having intelligence and defense be the strongest part of your business, the core of the business, really sets a good foundation to jump off from, because that builds your reputation among other government institutions, right? If you're looking at if you're a government institution, let's say you're the education department and you're looking at the defense department and they're sending a good recommendation for Palantir saying, hey, Palantir helped us solve some pretty complex problem for our defense of the United States. Now the education department is saying, well, if you could do that for the Defense Department, imagine how much they could probably help us in the Education Department. And so that opens a lot of doors for Palantir, which has been the case, and they have been making progress, and the stock is up tremendously this year. And so it's a bold statement from the CEO, but certainly not an impossible goal, to be sure. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.